If you're planning to move to coastal North Carolina in the next 12 months, then this is the first video that you should watch. Most people don't start this process by saying, we're moving in exactly a year. What happens is usually much quieter. People start searching things like moving to coastal North Carolina, best towns near North Carolina coast. Is North Carolina a good place to retire? They watch videos at night. They compare towns. They save listings. At first, everything feels optional. But if you're here right now, there's a good chance you're already past the casual phase, even if you haven't said it out loud yet. So this video isn't here to sell you on a town, rush a decision, or push real estate on you. It's here to help you understand what phase of relocation process you're actually in and what needs to happen next if your move to coastal North Carolina is realistically happening within the next year. Now, this is where most out-of-state buyers get stuck. They keep consuming more information when what they really need is order. And that gap between information and order is where time, money, and momentum disappear. Relocating to coastal North Carolina has phases. Whether people acknowledge them or not, early on, everything is exploratory. You're learning the geography of North Carolina. You're comparing mainland towns to beach towns. You're looking at places like Hampstead, Surf City, Porter's Neck, and the surrounding areas. And that phase is normal. I've been through it myself. But at some point, relocation stops being about curiosity and starts being about risk management. If you're planning a move in the next 12 months, your questions should change, not get broader, get more specific and more ordered. This is where a lot of smart people accidentally slow themselves down. They tell themselves they're being careful by keeping all options open. But when your move is inside a year, keeping everything open usually delays the decisions that actually matter. At this stage, the goal isn't to find the best town in coastal North Carolina. The real goal is understanding how your daily life will function once you live here full time. That means things like your routine, how often you'll be driving, how distance actually feels where friction shows up in a normal week. You don't get clarity on that by adding more towns to your list. You get clarity by narrowing your focus, and that's what I'm here for. One of the biggest mixed calculations people make when moving to North Carolina is distance. On a map, everything looks so close. In real life, distance isn't measured in miles. It's measured in how it affects your day, how often you drive it, what time of day you drive it, whether you feel calm or drained, when you arrive. Two towns can be 10 minutes apart and feel completely different once you live here full time. Another issue that shows up at this point is vacation thinking. Vacation fit and full-time living fit are not the same thing here in North Carolina. Places that feel amazing for weekends or short stays don't always support everyday routines. Noise tolerance changes. Convenience matters more. Predictability starts to outweigh novelty. None of that is bad. It's just real life. If you're planning to move here in the next year, your thinking should be shifting away from vacation mode and toward Tuesday morning reality. How does this place work when nothing special is happening? This is also why looking at homes for sale too early often slows people down instead of speeding them up. Listings create emotional attachment before clarity. Instead of asking whether a town supports how you want to live, people start asking whether they can make a specific house work. That reverses the decision order. Houses are flexible. Daily life is definitely not. The smoothest relocations to coastal North Carolina almost always follow the same pattern. Clarity first, execution second. If your move is within 12 months, there is a real planning window you should respect. The earlier part of the window is about structure and understanding trade-offs. The latter part is about timing, logistics, and execution. When people blend these together, everything feels rushed, and even when it isn't. That's why so many relocators end up second-guessing their first town choice a year later. Not because the town was wrong, but because the decision order was wrong. This phase of relocation isn't about picking a town yet. It's about eliminating the ones that don't fit your daily life. It's about understanding trade-offs instead of chasing perfection. And it's about recognizing when research needs to turn into a plan. If this video helped you, the next step is simple. Don't jump straight to listings. Watch another long-form video on this channel that goes deeper into decision, order, daily life, or common relocation mistakes in coastal North Carolina. I have one linked down below so you can keep going without guessing. If you prefer reading, there are detailed relocation blogs on my website that walk through the same process step by step without hype and without pressure. And if you're planning a move to coastal North Carolina in the next 6 to 12 months and want to talk this through calmly with someone who's already made the move themselves and works with relocators every single day, you can reach me at any time. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a clarity first conversation to make sure the order makes sense before anything else happens. My contact information is below in the description. You can call me, text me, email me, whatever you want. Moves don't fall apart because people don't research enough. They fall apart because people research without structure. And, hopefully this video helped you out. I'm all about keeping the structure. Like I said, I made the move myself. Check out my blogs, like I said, on my website, movewithdennis.com. And when the timing feels right, reach out to me. I'm always here to help. I'm the realtor that actually made the move. So I understand what you're going through, and it's not about the house. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.